Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. Mine was pretty good, if bloody exhausting. You know what I think we actually need? To allocate some time, maybe around like a week or so, that technically doesn't count as part of what would be the current year, nor does it count as part of the upcoming year. It's just kind of like a freebie where you get to do whatever you like. Have a bit of R&R, recover from the stress of spending an extended amount of time with the family, overindulge in the Christmas leftovers and not have the calories count, and maybe one could even accomplish those crochet goals they set out to achieve over the holiday break, but in the end, failed to complete any of them. Just as a, hypothetical example, I wouldn't know anything about that. But if, say, I did know something about that, one of those goals might have been to rearrange my background here a little bit. Look, there was nothing wrong with the old one. I liked it. I just figured it was time for a bit of a change. So that's what we're going to be doing here today. Just a nice simple project to ease us on into the new year. And while we do that, I thought we could have a bit of a chit chat about the rest of my plans for 2025. Speaking of which, I have some very exciting news to kick us off. Number one, Complicated Knots and I might be working on a little something, and I want you all to get as hyped about this project as I am, because I think it's going to be amazing. Do keep an eye out over the next couple of weeks, because we might be popping up some polls or posing some questions, because there's a few things we might want to get your input on. But that is all I'm going to say at the moment. But just know that I am pumped and I cannot wait to share this project with all of you. Something else I am pumped about is being invited to participate in the hashtag Made in Australia Cal 25 along with these awesome creators. All of their channels will be linked down in the description, so make sure you head over to them, give them a subscribe, and then pencil in a watch party for the 26th of January, because that's when all our videos are going to be released. I am once more very excited about this project because I'm going to be attempting something I've never done before. Not only like with crochet, but just in crafting in general. So yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to go, but you won't find out that until the 26th, so make sure you pencil that in. Okay, now we've got the news out the way, back to the background. So was I being a little bit hyperbolic when I said I got nothing done over the break? Slightly, yes. I did manage to get a few minor things done. With the help of my sister, we deep-ish cleaned our craft / office / multi-purpose room here. And I made a start on my background by temporarily removing my amigurumi friends and enemies. I'm looking at you, Purple Mandrake. You've got a ways to go before you reach the friend status. You know what you did. And then giving the whole tabletop just a thorough wipe down. You would not believe the dust that accumulates in this room. After the surface was gleaming even more blindingly than my pasty white hide when exposed to a sliver of sunlight, shout out to my British ancestors for that one, I went on to arrange my blue and purple yarn collection. I did have an idea in mind for how I wanted to customize my new background, but in order for it to be fully realized, I first had to move my aesthetically pleasing yarn cakes. But not to worry, I was just moving them to the tippy top of the pegboard. I wasn't damming them to the scrap bag yet. With the yarn secure in its new home, I could now tackle the next obstacle. Fairy lights. Oh, fairy lights. Why are you so beautiful yet so difficult to work with? You pretty twinkling bastard. At last, with the fairy lights strung up, I could begin work on the crochet portion of this project. As I had an excess of purple yarn, I was inspired to make a wisteria-like flower. Not only would it match the colour palette I was rocking, but it also sort of lent into that subtle fantasy vibe as well. And so I got to work crocheting myself several wisteria vine things. I don't know what you would actually call these. You know what? Vines works. We'll stick with vines. So I crocheted myself some wisteria-like vines in different shapes of... No, that's not the right word. In different shades of purple. And then when I was finished, I was like, you know what? Let's chuck in some green and brown as well. And this is what I have ended up with. And, oops, no, come back please. Ta-da! And I have done some testing, and of course by that I mean I made my sister stand there and hold them while I just stood there contemplatively like a yuppie at an art gallery. And from that I concluded that while I do like my wisteria vine thingies, them on their own is just a little bit underwhelming. So I went and did this. I have spent the last few days crocheting these bloody things, and it occurs to me that I might have overcorrected just a little bit. They aren't even finished yet, and they're a lot. I honestly don't know if I'm going to end up using all of these. Keep in mind that not only do I have to put my original stuff back, but I have at least 3 projects in the works that I would like to include back there. So I'm gonna have to set aside some free real estate. I think the play here might be to finish just 3 or 4 of these, and I can find something else to do with the leftovers. Maybe I can hang them from my big poster of 4th Age Middle Earth, which I'm honestly bummed that no one ever gets to see because it just sits way too high up. But I know it's there, and now you guys know it's there, so I suppose that's all that matters, really. So hopping back on the wisteria vine thing train, I'm going to put these up now, show you guys what they look like, and while we do that, I thought we'd just have a chat about things, how things will progress, upcoming things going forward. So in the distant past of 30 seconds ago, I alluded to future projects. There's going to be, I should give you guys like a bit of a disclaimer. Not that it matters too much, but I like to do it anyway. But for the first few weeks, there's probably going to be a bit of like a transition period. The first few videos are going to be a sort of cobbled together mix of previous footage, so from before the transition, footage from this period of time where I'm like cleaning and rearranging, and then some more footage from when everything is up and looking nice. Well, hopefully it's looking nice. I haven't done it yet, so I'm not quite sure what it's going to look like. But once we get over that initial hurdle, I have some projects that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you all. I might even show you some zero context spoilers. I'll see if I remember to put that in during editing. But for now, I'm going to stick you guys up. So, like, one of the projects that I have mentioned before, you know what? Give me a sec for this. I might have to put the camera up a little bit higher. All right, is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay, I want to make sure none of these fall down. So one of the projects that I have mentioned a couple of times in recent videos is the big like dragon skeleton I want to attempt. And for that, I'm going to open it up to like anyone who would like to perhaps help or contribute. So I'm setting up a PO box. Yeah, after like, I don't know, a year, I finally managed to get my hands on the paperwork I need to set up a PO box. So when that's good to go, I'm planning to do like a trial run or a prototype version of that, just to see or try and get an idea of exactly how much work the full-sized dragon skeleton is going to take. So that'll come first. I've got a hair stuck in my mouth. Lovely. So when I attempt that prototype version, which I'm hoping to get done like in February, possibly March, but I'm aiming for February. But I'll give you more details about the larger project if that's something like you're interested in helping with. Fairy lights on, we'll do that first. All right, let's stick these up. So there's a couple of other, I don't know how much I want to give away like at the moment, because for some of these projects, well, actually a lot of them, well, all of them, but some more than others, but I am very enthusiastic about them. And there is the risk that I will run my mouth and reveal too much. So I don't want to do that just yet. I want to keep the mystery alive. Another thing that I wanted to remind you guys of, or just tell you for the first time if you haven't heard this before, is that this year I want to try and do like a few more community projects. Some of you may have heard me mention before about the crochet junk journal. Those will be in the works, but I've had to push back the dates of those a little bit. Whoop, how many times is that going to happen? Just because of like other stuff I've got going on. So I'm aiming to have the crochet junk journal one maybe like halfway through the year. It seems like a long time to wait, but time goes so bloody quickly that will arrive probably before I'm prepared. So if I can get it done earlier, I would like to do that. But it's just a matter of how these other projects work out, really. What am I going to do next? I was thinking of doing both of the leaves at the end, but I wasn't loving how the green leaves looked with the wisteria when my sister held it up for me. So I'm thinking if I put it here with the darker purples, then it'll at least be partially covered by the rest of the pieces I'm going to hang up. And then finally, actually, I've got this. I made that as sort of like branches and twigs. It's a bit silly looking, but I'm going to put it in anyway. I think I might do that before I do the last purple one. That's not too bad, I don't think. That looks alright. And my plan for the big old bunches here, which aren't finished yet, was to sort of have them periodically, like there, maybe there, one on this end too, just to spread them out a little bit. But I will have to finish them off before I can try all that. And as I said, if they don't work here, I can place them somewhere else, because I do like the way they look. They might just be like a bit much if I use them all in the background. But now that that's done, I can begin rearranging my critters here and put everything else back. First though, I want to get these yarn balls back up. Well, these yarn cakes. These aren't yarn balls, are they? I'm happy with that for the moment, but now I need to grab the other stuff, which is, of course, scattered all around my room. I have to lower the camera back down for this bit too, because we'll be focusing on this area here. Oh dear. Oh dear. Hang on. Sorry, Belle. My crutches just fell over and squashed my cat. Sorry, Belle, you alright? She's good. It's okay, she's good. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have this over a little bit further. Are you going to cooperate with me here? So it's a little bit further to the right than it was before, because as I said, I do have other projects that I want to put in here. Maybe I should I move it over until I have those projects, because honestly, they're not going to be finished for quite a while yet. Does that look okay? And then I've decided to split my background up into two distinct areas. We're going to have fantasy-esque over here, and we're going to have dinosaurs over here. And then my spideys in the middle. So if I grab out, some of them are down here. I got my big mushroom here. I took out the light when I moved it, and the globe stopped working, so I'm going to have to find a replacement for that before I can use this again. But it still works as just like a background feature. You can go like there for now, because again, I'm going to have other stuff to fill in this area. I've got my Silmarillion copy, which I used once, but then I looked at the footage and I was like, yeah, those colours go really well with the background, so I just left it. So I've got that, but I've also got my Lord of the Rings like book I found. I found this at the op shop, one of my best finds ever. But there's even a Legolas inside, and I think they're miniature Pokemon, but that's not important. So I'm going to have these on this side somewhere. Yeah, the thing is, I've got like just a spare shelf here. You can see the ridge it creates, because if I didn't have that, there's some space at the end here I wouldn't be able to like utilize. So that's allowing me to make my cube shelf a little bit longer, but it does create this bump, which at the moment is kind of annoying. You know what? That'll do for now. That'll do for now. Now I need to grab the dinosaurs, which are... Where did I put them? Alright, so Yarnivore can have her usual place here. Yep, you can see her. And then I've got my other dinosaurs that I've made. I've got the egg-laying pterodactyl. I have these two from Paleo Pines. We've got Lucky and then a Therizinosaur. And I've got my Littlefoot, with the written pattern for which I'm actually working on very slowly at the moment. So they can all go here. It's just a matter of who gets to sit where. And then finally, I can put all my spiders back here. I got my two big ones, but the little ones are actually buried under a pile of yet to be sorted through stuff at the moment, so I'll have to get those later, because it'll take me a little while to dig them out. Okay, so then my spiders can go here, and then we can arrange them nicely at a later date. But that's the general gist of things so far. So if I had, let's put this one up as an example. If I threw in a couple of these longer ones throughout, it might look okay. I could even leave, where did I put my stool? Over there. There we are. Hang on, I'm almost done. I could even leave the longer ones until I finished a couple of those larger projects I want to stick back here, because depending on where those sit, it may not be worth doing those big wisteria vines anyway. I'm probably better off just like sticking them up there or along there, but we will see. Overall, I'm happy with that. I don't mind how the wisteria looks. It could possibly do with a few more of the lighter leaves. But yeah, for now, I'm pleased with how that's turned out. I think that is all I wanted to do today. As I said, it's just a chill project to get back into the swing of things. One more thing I just wanted to remind everyone of, or tell you for the first time if you're new here, is that at the end of each video, we do a segment called... And I will get to the hookup creator we are featuring today, but first I just want to say that the hookup is just a little segment I do at the end of all of my videos, where I show you guys a creator from the community, mostly crochet, but other crafts are welcome to participate as well. If you would like to apply for the hookup, there is a link down in the description. You just have to go in there, click that, and fill in a brief Google form. And then every Friday, I just choose a number at random, and that is the creator that I feature. Speaking of which, today's featured creator on the hookup is Shellys Knits, and she says, "My main craft is knitting, but I picked up crochet this year." And that is all short and sweet. I find that is a running theme with the hookup. Either we'll have a very brief description, or we'll have like a couple of paragraphs to read. And neither's bad. You can do whatever you want, put down any information you like. But I find that a little bit amusing. We go on either end of the spectrum. So all of Shellys Knits links will be down in the description. And once again, if you would like to apply for the hookup for yourself, that link is down there too. thank you all very much for watching. Let me know what you think of my background, but also if you have any improvements or any suggestions, anything I could add to this to make it look a little bit nicer, just let me know. I hope you all have a wonderful start to 2025. As I've mentioned many times throughout this video, I am really excited about some of the projects that I get to share with you this year. It's just a matter of getting them finished, really. It takes me a little while, but we'll get there, we'll get there. So thank you all for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Like the video if you enjoyed it, share it if you think it's worth sharing, and I will see you in the next one.